to our channel. So tonight we shall be having a tale by Moonlight. I'm going to be telling you a story, a folk tale involving the animal kingdom. All right, stay tuned to the end. If you are new, please do well to subscribe. And if you enjoy the story at the end of the day, give us a thumbs up and do share the story. All right. Okay. Once upon a time, long, long, long ago, there lived the animal kingdom and the human kingdom together. The animal kingdom and the human kingdom used to live together in harmony until misunderstanding began to ensue between the humans and the animals. The quest for human satisfaction in search of meat, in search of daily food, and also the search of animals for fresh human meat. So there become series of attacks from both kingdom, and the kings of both kingdom, both animal kingdom and human kingdom, came to synergy. They came to an agreement that it would be necessary and very important and safe for both kingdom if they separate, if they go their separate ways. So an agreement was reached and both kingdoms separated. Now, the animal kingdom are in the quest of searching for a new king, an animal like them that understand their plight, that can govern them, unlike the humans. They believe the humans did not govern them the right way. So, after all the series of tests, all the series of contests, guess who emerged as the king? Is the lion. The lion emerged as the king of the jungle, the king of the animal kingdom. So, the animals believe that choosing lion as their king will make it better and will make life easier for them. Little did they know that it is actually the beginning of their misfortune. The Lion King was very, very wicked and inconsiderate king. The Lion King was very evil, very greedy, very self-centered, and he only does or pass a decree that favor himself and his kind alone. So, one fateful day, the lion called out to the town crier, which is the parrot, and said, "Hey, town crier, I want you to go around the jungle and pass this information that tomorrow by midday, we shall be having our first meeting. I want to address all my subordinates in the animal kingdom." So, without wasting much of the time, the parrot passed round the jungle, passing the information to all and sundry that, "Hello, everyone. Tomorrow by midday, the king wants to see everyone at the king's palace for an urgent meeting." So no one dares to disobey the lion. When a lion passes a decree, every animal obey and follow suit. So the next day at midday, the king's palace was filled up. All the type of animals were present there. We have the sexy six, thank you, I can see you there. So we have the parrot, which is the town crier, the snake, the leopard, the tortoise, elephant, All the animals were there in honor of the king's decree for an urgent meeting. Excuse me. So, all the animals were gathered, and after waiting for a while, the Lion King appeared on his throne. He roared and made the first sentence. He welcomed all the animals to his palace for this meeting, and he said, "Listen, everyone. I call this urgent meeting to pass a decree in addition to the ones I've passed earlier." The lion now said that henceforth, every market day, the animals are to present whatever they cook in their various homes to the king palace. In the sense that he made a decree that every animal at all, both big and small, birds, reptiles, aquatic animal, once you cook, you must present the share of the king to the palace. Else, the consequence is going to be deadly. You will be flogged and you will labor for the king for a whole month. So, despite the fact that other animals were not okay with this decree, they dare not question the Lion King. So he said, and the second reason why he called for the meeting is that henceforth, if the king is mourning, every subordinate must mourn. The animal kingdom were thrown into shock. They were shocked and surprised. They were like thinking that, okay, it's just to sympathize with the king or to join him to mourn his lost one. But contrary to their thinking, the Lion King made them to understand that if the king lost a child, every other animal will lose a child. If the king lost a parent, every other animal will lose a parent. If the king lost a sibling, every other animal will lose a sibling. In other words, every subordinate must feel the pain of the king. The whole animal kingdom was thrown into confusion. Like, why must every other animal feel the pain of the king in such a way? Like, okay, it's okay to mourn, to join the king and sympathize, commiserate with the king on his loss, send your condolences, weep if necessary. But having to lose someone dear to you because the king lost someone is what the animals cannot round their hands about. So they are not okay with it, but the king's decree is final. After the Lion King concluded his speech, he asked, "Is there anyone who has anything to say in accordance to the decree that was passed?" Everyone, despite the fact that the rest of the animals are not okay with the decrees passed by the king, no one dared to mutter a word. So after a long silence, the goat, which used to be stubborn as usual, now bleated and raised up, signified by raising up its hand that, "Okay, great king, I have something to say in accordance to this decree." And the gift permitted the goat to speak. Then the goat now speak and said, "Long live the Lion King. But my lord, this you have said, you have passed as a decree, is heavy on us. The decree of us losing our loved ones for the sake of the king losing his loved one is abnormal, is absurd. If the king lost a son, every other animal must lose a son. That is absurd." And the rest of the animal concurred. Yes, we agree. It's true. It's true. But to the shock of all, guess what the Lion King did? The Lion King ordered his guard to seize goats immediately and lock them up. So goats and its kind were seized and locked up in the dungeon of the king, where they labored for the king for a whole month without food or water. In other words, it is a message to the rest of the animals that no one dare to question the king's decree. So with that, the meeting came to an end, and the rest of the animals have it at the back of their mind that whenever the king mourns, the Lion King mourns, every other animal must mourn. If the king lost a father, every other animals must present their father to be killed. That is the decree of the Lion King. So, as time went by, one fateful day, the king lost a wife. One of the wives of the king has four wives. So one fateful day, one of his wives became sick, and after a period of time, she passed on. And as usual, the king sent a decree through the town crier, which is the parrot. Summon everyone, notify them that by midday tomorrow, every animal must present their wife. Those that have more than one wife must present one. If you have only one wife, you must present your wife to be killed in accordance to the decree passed by the king. The whole animal kingdom was thrown into confusion. Everyone presenting their wives to be killed. Is that necessary? The snake will present his wife. The sheep will present his wife. Crocodile will present his wife. And every other animal must present their wife to be sacrificed in accordance to the king's decree. So, just as announced, by midday the following day, every animal presented their darling wife to be sacrificed according to the decree of the king. And painfully, every wife of the animals presented were killed. Now, that happened, and it didn't go well with the animals. But since the Lion King is a very wicked king, you dare not judge him, you dare not withstand or disagree with his decree. So, in whatever the king is doing, you must obey. So, the animals continue presenting food on every market day to the palace, and also they always pray for their own safety, for their own good, that the Lion King must not lose a beloved one. Because if the Lion King must lose any beloved one, like maybe a parent or a child, that means every other animal must lose a parent or a child. That is the decree of King Lion. So it continues on and on and on. Now, in the corner of the jungle, there lived a wise tortoise. Tortoise is a wise animal living a very lonely life. Tortoise was an orphan right from tender age. Tortoise lived a life of struggle all his life and was able to survive to adulthood, married his beloved wife that he has cherished right from childhood, that was sacrificed according to the decree of the Lion King. Now, this happened so quickly that the tortoise cannot even think to outsmart the Lion King. Now, the tortoise is an orphan with no parent, has only one child called Lala. So the Lion King, the wicked Lion King, left Tortoise with no parent and no wife, with only a little child, Lala. So oftentimes, when Tortoise is being overwhelmed with the frustrations of the world, Tortoise always creates time just for personal, let me just say consolation, personal consolation within himself. And he does so by singing songs. He will go like, "Oh, wicked king, oh, wicked king, you took my father, you took my mother, you took my wife, and left me with little Lala. Oh, wicked king, you took my father, you took my mother, and left me with little Lala." So he keep on singing this song, singing this song, singing this song in his closet, because you dare not sing such an evil song, because you are singing it against the wicked king. So the Lion King is very wicked and greedy. So anything, any voice that pronounce any statement or any song against the Lion King will be killed or will be put to hard labor for a whole month. So the tortoise keep on living his life of isolation in that manner, with only his beloved little Lala as the consolation he has. The tortoise concluded that nature has not been fair to him. He has lost parent, he has lost wife, and now only a child. So continuously, life keep going on, struggling, though the animals were not comfortable with the ruling of the Lion King, the wicked Lion King, but somehow they survive. They pay homage by bringing food to the palace as agreed, and always live the life devoid of complaints. Until one fateful day, the prince of the animal kingdom, the young cub, heir apparent to the animal kingdom, fell sick. Now, despite having 4 wives before losing one to the cold hands of death, the lions, the female lions that are the wives to the Lion King, were not able to bear him a child until he married the fourth wife, who was able to bear him both male and female. So the first three were barren, and that's why he kept on marrying. So now he lost the fourth wife that bore him 2 daughters and a son. The son has been pampered all year round. Since childhood, the king treats the child, the male child, as a jewel, because he's the treasure, he's the heir apparent to the throne. Unfortunately, the prince of the kingdom fell sick. This time, the Lion King was very sad, was very, very sad. And the Lion King went all out in search of solution, because he's a greedy king and he will not let any other species of animal to take over the animal kingdom. Rather, he will prefer to have all the animal kingdom to his kindred. If he dies, he should have someone, an heir apparent, to take over. So when the prince fell sick, the Lion King went all out, consulting different um, deities from different regions, from different kingdoms, just for solution. But all efforts to restore the health of the prince of the animal kingdom proved abortive. The health kept deteriorating. So, on this fateful day, the whole animal kingdom was woken from sleep in the early hours of the day by a sharp cry from the palace that the prince, the heir apparent to the animal kingdom, have passed on. Soon after the cry, the parrot, who happened to be the town crier, passed the information round that sad news, the prince, the heir apparent to the kingdom, have passed on. And as a norm, every animal should prepare their child, one of their child, for sacrifice. Again, said the tortoise. Again, I have lost it all. I have lost it all. I have no mother. I have no father. I have only one child, my little Lala, my only beloved child. And now the king is asking for my little Lala to be sacrificed? No way. I have to do something. As the wicked king, the Lion King will always have it. He doesn't give the animals longer time to deliberate before carrying out his instruction. So as usual, he gave up until midday the next day for the animals to be sacrificed. So the tortoise did not sleep all through the night and was thinking, what can I do such that I should salvage my little Lala? I don't want her to die. I want to preserve my little Lala. So different thoughts came through the tortoise's mind. Should he run away? Should he feed sickness? Should he lie? What could he do that he will not fall into the trap of the Lion King or be killed by the Lion King? So the tortoise thought and thought and thought and thought all through the night while Lala was asleep. And finally, the tortoise came up with a brilliant idea that if it pulled through, it can liberate not only his little Lala, not only his family, but the entire animal kingdom. So, early the next day, every other animal were bringing their beloved children. Every animal presenting their beloved male child to be sacrificed by the evil Lion King in accordance to his previous decree. But sadly, among all the animals present, the tortoise was missing. After sacrificing every other animal, the Lion King became annoyed and angry. What is happening? Where is the tortoise? That cunning animal. He must be killed today. His child must be killed as well. The Lion King was very, very angry and concluded that whenever the tortoise presented his kind, both the tortoise and its kind must be killed for disobeying the king's decree. So, a little while he was still speaking, the tortoise rushed into the palace in haste, looking tattered, looking wounded, like someone who has been beaten. So, immediately, the king's guards seized him according to the order of the Lion King. And the king beckoned on the tortoise and said, "Speak now. What kept you from presenting your kind?" Because the tortoise came empty-handed, did not come with little Lala. Little Lala was at home. So the tortoise said, "Long live my king. May the gods forbid that I disobey your orders. Early this morning, I was on my way, coming to present my only child, little Lala, to you, to be sacrificed in accordance to your decree. But my king, to my greatest surprise, an animal of your kind, a lion from a neighboring kingdom, stopped me on the way, collected little Lala, and ate little Lala in my presence. I tried hard to fight back and to inform the lion that this belongs to my king. He said, "To hell with my king." And the whole other animals shouted like it means one thing, it means war. Because despite the fact that there are different animal kingdoms in different regions, no lion king interfere in the affair of another. No king interfere in the affair of another. So the king became so angry because deep down he knew that there is no animal in his kingdom that will dare lie to him. So the king ordered the tortoise to be released at once and ordered him to lead the way to that animal, to that lion that took what belongs to him and ate it without remorse, without pity, without consideration. That is the height of greediness. So the Lion King ordered Tortoise to lead the way to where the evil lion that collected what belongs to the Lion King. So the wise tortoise led the king to the river, to the well, sorry, at the middle of the animal kingdom. So the tortoise reached the well and now peeped into the well and said, "My king, look at him down there. He is still here. He is waiting for you. Come and fight him, my king. He looks so fierce and angry." Immediately, the Lion King rushed to the well and looked into the well and saw another lion in the well looking very angry. So the wicked Lion King roared at the lion in the well, and the lion in the well roared back. Unknowingly to the wicked Lion King, it was the reflection of his image he was seeing in the well, but he thought it was another lion that is challenging him. So without thinking twice and without wasting much of his time, the wicked Lion King leaped into the deep well to fight the lion that took what belongs to him. And immediately the lion landed into the well and drowned to death. That was how the tortoise was able to kill the wicked and greedy Lion King. And guess what? Since the Lion King does not have any male child, the reign of the Lion King as the evil king came to an end, and the tortoise emerged as the new king of the animal kingdom, having little Lala as the heir apparent. And to the surprise of all, as little as the wise tortoise was, he was able to set out rules that favored the whole animals in the animal kingdom. He brought an end to the killings in the animal kingdom. He brought an end to the unnecessary greediness of the Lion King. And soon, normality returned to the animal kingdom. And the good side of it is that he chose council of elders made of the leopard, made of the elephant, all the big animals, the smart animals that can make decisions and govern people aright. He chose them to lead the people to decide, to meet and deliberate on the progress of the animal kingdom. And that was how the tortoise became the king of the animal kingdom after killing the evil Lion King. And soon the Tortoise got married to another wife since he has been a widow for a long time, courtesy of the killings of the wicked Lion King. He got married to another wife, and the other wife gave birth to children. Gave birth to the first child, which was a male child, the second was a female child, and the third was a male child. And the kindred of the tortoise keep growing and growing and growing. And that was how the wise tortoise was able to salvage the animal kingdom from the wickedness of the evil Lion King. And we have come to the end of our Tales by Moonlight for tonight. If you enjoyed this story, do well to leave a comment for encouragement and leave a thumbs up, and do well to share this wonderful story. Do have a wonderful night rest. Until next time, bye bye.